Today has been a day, to say the least. Hey everyone, Brian here for Ginger Prime. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi. I hope you enjoy the content. We're talking about Final Fantasy XIV, especially as it relates to a historic day. Not just because Asmongold is playing Final Fantasy XIV, but by playing and doing the things over and over again correctly, Final Fantasy XIV is just blasting off into the stratosphere. We're going to give some numbers. We're going to talk about what that means for the future of Final Fantasy XIV. Give my thoughts about the Asmongold stream. It's not a one and done. He's going to be doing it some more. And we're going to cover some tweets, talk about both the positive and negative side of what has occurred today. And as always, I'd love to know your thoughts. But let's go ahead and dive into what we see right now. I spoke too soon when I originally tweeted this out, but Final Fantasy XIV bigger than Fortnite today, and I think that is really impressive. Now, when it looks at 170k viewers watching Final Fantasy XIV today, earlier today, even Asmongold himself had like 205,000 viewers watching his stream. An incredible turnout. We were live just yesterday. Somebody was like, oh, maybe we'll have 50 or maybe we'll have 60. I was like, he's going to be well over 100,000 views just on his stream alone. But before that, when we're just looking at, like, when we talk about Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft, 172,000 viewers at the time that I captured this screenshot. Compared that to World of Warcraft and my love, Final Fantasy XI Online, chugging in 211. For those of you streaming Final Fantasy XI, you are awesome. But anyway, to continue on, this is historic. This is a big shift in the day. Not just because of one streamer, mind you. Not just because of one individual. But because the community as a whole has just really responded to this. Not just with Bellular, not just with all the different WoW creators, but in total, for those that have come over as various WoW refugees in different phases. I said this to a group of friends today, is that we've had 3 big waves of WoW refugees. And who knows, maybe I think right now we're on the biggest wave of WoW refugees that we've ever seen to date. But there's probably going to be more waves of WoW refugees coming and checking out Final Fantasy because there's some really big stuff going on. And if for some reason you're watching this video and you have yet to start, check out the free trial link. I don't make a dime for that link. This is just for me just telling you, this is such a great game. You should totally go and check it out for yourself. The link is in the description. But I tweeted this out. I'm glad for the engagement, but I want to kind of jump into a couple things people are saying, and then we'll get back kind of more into the video itself. Zach himself, Asmongold, what a day. What a day. Thanks for watching today, guys. One of the most incredible streams I've ever had playing Final Fantasy XIV. I would have never expected. I'll be back tomorrow morning for more, and then the community just welcoming him. Which is great to see. It's also not been all fun and games. If I jump into my profile, one of the things, and I was happy to see, that actually got removed. Some really big toxicity today from some people who just... and this individual could have been just an epic troll, but if nothing else, like just engaging and talking with them for a while, like has a hate boner for Asmongold, and also for anybody who's played WoW. Like he described it as you made your choice. Like, okay, like games can't, you have to like pick one and then you're done in that regard. So I was happy to see that kind of tweet got removed. A lot of good conversation, a lot of people engaging very positively, especially against the toxic hate that we see occasionally pop up. And Xenosis saying, LOL, 14 has some of the most fake positivity BS and behind the scene toxic MFers that they've ever seen. And so this is kind of just popping up, kind of being, something we should always be cognizant of and discuss openly. And I want to highlight that before we kind of just talk more about how this is, I think, a really good move overall. So, yes, there's going to be toxic people. There's toxic people no matter where they are. They're everywhere. And it's funny to me. I always find some people like pointing, saying, see, the people who play that game, they're toxic, while being even more toxic than I've ever experienced. It's important to just kind of label that as they're a super minority, but sometimes, and because of how social media works and the conversation behind it, like, it's easy to get attention by being toxic. It's easy to get attention by being hateful because you want to say, like, hey, are you okay? Like, what's going on? But what we did see with an Asmon's stream today, and I wasn't able to watch it all. I ended up taking the kids to the pool, which I think was a really good choice. It was a great day overall. But when I was able to kind of jump in and see, it looked like he had a wave of people just kind of running around, like finding the ways to tune down all the setting effects because people were just kind of going nuts. Hopefully going forward, people are tuning in, watching, being curious, but he's able to experience the game without such fanfare. But I don't know if he's shocked by this, like any big person, whether they're in gaming or even within even Hollywood or something like that, if they're like, hey, I'm going to play this game, and they kind of had this build up for a while, I think you would probably see the same kind of thing. But if nothing else, it was nothing short of epic. And it wasn't just Asmongold, mind you. Like, I went and looked in the directory, and there were thousands of people watching Stream A, Stream B, Stream C, just all down the board. And that's something that's really exciting to see. You might think that, hey, Brian obviously has a bias. He's a content creator. And yes, I consider myself more a YouTuber. Chris, the guy I run and work to game with, he is the Twitch streamer. He's live Monday through Friday over on Twitch playing Final Fantasy and even a couple other games. And just as an aside, this has nothing to do with the video. With Bellular saying, like, yeah, we didn't make the list for an approved Final Fantasy streamer, and then Chris went and played Guild Wars. Chris plays Guild Wars 2 every Friday. That's just kind of a part of like his stream schedule. So hopefully we'll be able to correct that just with Bellular, so people know aren't like, oh, we didn't make some kind of Square Enix list and thus we're frustrated about it, so we're gonna play another game like we're mad about it. It's not how it is. We just love 14 that much. But outside of the negative reaction, this is just putting this game in front of so many people is such a good thing to see. It's going to have more people check out the game for themselves, see if it's right for themselves. The overall Final Fantasy XIV community gets bigger, and with the Oceanic data centers coming online sometime in I would assume early to mid 2021 with 6.1, I believe is the scheduled update that we're thinking of, that we've been told. I think this is just going to see even more growth for Final Fantasy XIV. And I think it's just going to be putting Final Fantasy XIV into the stratosphere. So yeah, I'm excited. I think Asmongold playing the game today shows a lot of promise. The fact that he had fun playing the game today shows a lot of promise. The fact that he brings in, no matter like whether you like him or not, he brings in people who are going to watch and be interested and see what he does. This has been a build-up within the community for a long time. He's been watching and reacting to Final Fantasy for a long time, saying that he's not going to play it for a long time. And the fact that he is, like, if you don't have to like that he's playing it, but note, just at least for a minute before you, like, if you're thinking of saying anything negative, just at least acknowledge what a gift he's actually giving you. If you love this game, whether he plays it or not has no impact on you, but him playing it could have a positive impact, especially on Square Enix, which could mean more investment into the game, more, more content for you and me. Now, that's not a direct thing. Square Enix didn't, isn't going to see like Final Fantasy XIV topping the charts of Twitch and say, oh, let's release new content today. That's just not how it works. It's going to have to be something that is a sustained build-up. And I think one of the reasons why we're seeing this today isn't because Asmongold, isn't because of any one individual. It's because of Yoshi P and the devs and the people behind this game leading the charge, delivering content at a consistent, basis. Good content, having that discussion with the players, being engaged with us as a community. The fact is that the native language of the developers isn't even Japanese, and I feel heard and I feel communicated to on a regular basis as an active player, somebody who's been playing this game for 11 years, 10 years now. It's been a journey, to say the least, but I'm really happy that I've been on it, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. Anyway, I just want to sit down and share some updated thoughts regarding Asmongold. I'm looking forward to seeing more of his streams, seeing as he progresses into the game. He said something around the lines of he thinks he can get it beat in 100 hours. And if he does, that would be nothing short of another historic moment for this game. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. It's late. I just pretty much got home and wanted to sit down and share the thoughts, share the excitement, share the tweets, share the conversation. So, as always, I'd love to know your thoughts. If you like the video, guys, and you feel like I earned it, hit the like button. If you're new here and you feel like I earned it, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments so I can welcome you officially to the channel. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, sound off in the comments below by saying, hooty hoo. And that way I'll know you made it all the way here. Guys, thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thanks to all the support that you guys have given me over the years. Hopefully we'll have an amazing 2021 and an amazing Endwalker and more to come, but that's going to wrap it up for Ginger Prime. My name's Brian. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Take care.